Okay, this is value video number 1, leaky gut 1, prelude to inflammatory bowel disease. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Gary Smith at the Toledo Family Wellness Center. Today I wish to help you understand what is leaky gut and what it leads to, namely more complex inflammatory bowel diseases such as ulcerative colitis, Crohn's, celiac, irritable bowel syndrome. Okay, now we want to pull up the picture. Where's the picture? Okay, it moved here.
There you go.
All right. See, this picture shows the intestinal layers. The outer layer is composed primarily of muscle and nerves. The middle layer, this is called the submucosal layer, is composed of muscle, nerves, and glands. The inner layer is the more fragile layer, and it is thinner, and it is composed of a thin epithelial lining with tight junctions. Those are the junctions between the various cells of the epithelium. There are some secretory glands in there, some sensory nerves, and muscles embed into there from the submucosal. Now, over to the left, you see what's called the villi. Those are the little outpouchings of the epithelium or the inner layer of the intestine. And you see below that is a layer of villi or the epithelium that has degenerated. To the right, you see where I wrote tight, meaning tight junctions between the cells of the epithelium. There's present, and then below that is the arrow, and that shows the spaces between the epithelial cells where the tight junctions are broken down. Now the epithelium and the intestine and the blood can be invaded from what is in the contents of the intestine. Okay, now we're going to go back. No, I'm going to continue talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
There is a meshwork of proteins that I mentioned called the tight junctions between the cells. They create a semi-permeable barrier that is important in the regulating of what goes through the intestinal lining. Normal gaps are 1 to 7 microns, but in leaky gut, they become 200 to 300 microns. These holes allow large undigested substances and pathogenic organisms like bacteria, viruses, yeast to pass through, causing the immune system to build antibodies and an inflammatory response. So as these foods are increasingly present in your diet and you become sensitive to them, and as time goes by, more and more of these substances enter the spaces, the immune system continues to respond and become increasingly vigilant. And food sensitivities and allergies then develop. The inflammatory chemicals made in this process will travel throughout the body. Inflammation causes mucus and scarring on the intestinal lining. So then the nutrient absorption of minerals, amino acids, fatty acids, the vitamins is impaired, and nutritional deficiencies result. As chronic inflammation and the immune system becomes increasingly overactive, it leads to an autoimmune disease in the gut, and it can lead to autoimmune diseases elsewhere. Okay, now we're going to go back off the picture. Leaky gut leads to a wide range of symptoms throughout the body depending on where the inflammatory products of this inflammation end up. If it's in the brain, you could have brain fog and irritability or behavioral problems, concentration problems. In other areas, say the joints, it could end up being causing joint pain or swelling. In the case of the intestine, you could have bloating and gas and constipation or abdominal pain. As leaky gut worsens over time, the damage becomes more involved and deeper layers of the intestinal wall become affected, and then it has caused inflammatory bowel diseases, things like ulcerative colitis, which will affect 2 layers of the intestinal lining. The Crohn's disease can affect all 3 linings. When all these layers are affected, it makes a person much more prone to developing cancer of the intestine. And in the case of Crohn's, that is an autoimmune disease now, where now your immune system is actually attacking the intestine. I hope this helps you. And in videos number 2 through 8, I will go into much more detail, the causes, the top foods, the good and bad lab testing that is done out there to assess these intestinal disorders, nutritional deficiencies that will result from this. And until next time, yours in health.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
That was good.
A little better.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah.